Monarch Legacy of Monsters. Show is like extra credit. It's the Monsterverse saying, do you like our world? Let me give you some extra credit. Let me give you a deep dive into why things are the way they are, how things work the way they work. There's the movies, there's the comics, the novels, and then there's Legacy of Monsters. There's a lot of things that we're getting out of this show that are so crucial to understand the Monsterverse as a whole and what's coming. I treat it as bonus material. The show tells you how Monarch was built, how Apex Cybernetics was built, how Titans behave, how they travel. So we're watching a world where we know Titans exist because of Godzilla, but we don't really understand them yet. Season 1, it gives you origin. It gives you an explanation of how things are going. We're not going to get deep into that because this focus is on season 2 and the episode that's coming out, the final episode this Friday. So I wanted to get this out there to get the conversation started, and then we're going to do a video about the final show that's going to seal this season. The family drama is not my favorite part, but there's a point to it, and a very important point, and it's that broken people are trying to fix the world. Nobody trusts each other's, families lie to each other, people are hurt, people are emotional, and some of them are so annoying, but the whole point, they're dealing with this, and then they're dealing with Titans. Season 2, it starts slow. It starts, I'm not gonna lie, it takes its time to develop, but let's talk about Kokai, Titan X, which is one of, when I saw it, I first was like, Biollante. That's it. This is the Monsterverse Biollante. But even though it's not literally her, there is a lot of things, and I did a video about this, that shows that this could be an inspiration of Biollante. And I don't think we'll ever get her in the Monsterverse. This is the closest we're going to get to a kaiju like her. Having Kate be the Mickey of the Monsterverse, being able to communicate with Titans, I thought that was pretty cool. Also, I thought when she's trying to understand Titan X and try to communicate, I thought that was like Project T. And I just, there's a lot of little things. I appreciated that. Let's talk about Godzilla, because before episode 9, people were so mad. They're like, you're going against what the Monsterverse Godzilla needs to be doing. Why are you? And I was one of those people that was like, leave Titan X alone. Leave her alone, because the videos and the stuff that was showing is like the big fight is coming of Godzilla, and he just he just goes crazy. He charges up against her. Of course, we know that he already eliminated Sela, Tiamat. So it's not a new thing that he has a thing with these women. It was like, if you touch the mama, that episode broke me when she turns around and her egg is just floating away. I was very sad. I'm not gonna lie. This is where we, the fans, are really looking at you guys. Are you gonna stay consistent with the Monsterverse, with the version? Of course they have to, but it was kind of like a lot of people were doubting. And then we get it that he is him and he is doing what he's supposed to do. Pretty cool, because they finally understand, and it was great that Keiko talked and said, this is what Godzilla does. He is the balance. He makes sure Titans go to where they need to go, where they belong. And it was a great way to talk about the Monsterverse, Godzilla's purpose. And I was like, I was so happy. I was so happy they did that, because this was the defining moment. Now, Kong, a lot of people are talking about how he's so aggressive and he's so primal in this show. And of course, you use a helicopter to have skull crawler sounds. If you didn't know, if you didn't read the comic, which to me is still stuck in my brain, Kong had a very dramatic childhood. The day that he was born, literally opened his eyes, and the first thing he sees is his mom and his dad fighting a skull crawler. And he literally, that's his introduction to the world, with death, with catastrophe, with pain. And he hates skull crawlers. So when they are playing that sound and his eyes are red and he's anger, he's primal, I understand why. And to me, they did such a good job. I mean, there's nothing wrong with how Kong is reacting, because it's literally how I expect him to react. This is how he's supposed to react to skull crawlers. He hates them since his birth. So I am very excited because doing a great freaking job tying everything up. And it's hard when you have such a big world with so much possibilities. It's easy to mess up, but they're really taking their time and doing their job to really tie everything together because they have huge plans for the Monsterverse. If you want to learn more, connect the films, then watch this show. It's very interesting. And I know that the human side can get in the way. However, it shows you how Titans can be sometimes more human than actual humans. I said before, we're going to be reviewing the next and the last episode. I'm expecting a lot from season 3. I expect this episode to go smooth. Happy ending. She goes back. Kong fights her, but then somehow he sees the egg and he's like a reminder to like, she's a mom. He's so sweet. I love Kong. And he's just gonna go and smash the crap out of the helicopter. And I hope Isabella gets crushed. And that's the reason why, you know, her dad and sister want to get even more of a villain origin story for them in the film. And I want season 3 to focus on finding Ghidorah. Want to see some Mecha Godzilla. A connection. I need a connection. I would love to see Bernie in a cameo of the next season 3. And I need season 3 to be greenlit. I want to know your thoughts. Are you enjoying this show? Did you see it from this perspective? Is this something you want to get into, more into the lore and the depth of the Monsterverse? With Supernova coming, are they going to tie up the show to the film? Different people, but at the same time, they're homaging each other and they're respecting each other. I don't know what could happen. I need to know in the comments. Let's start a conversation. Let's watch the final episode on Thursday night. If you want to continue talking about movies and films with me and all the random stuff that I know a little bit about a lot, make sure to hit the follow button and thank you.